Yeah.
Find your place podcast experience. Thank you, Head Hearts and Boots, for wow, look at that. We're at the HHB studio. I just put in there, it looks, shows us on our phones. All right. Well, let's dive in, dude.
Hi, Mom.
Welcome everybody to an episode, a test episode, we'll call it, of the Find Your Place podcast experience. This is where we take our mission, our vision to end placelessness, to solve for affordable and sustainable habitats, a sense of community within our community, and a hope for the future through ideas we're sharing, cool conversations with cool people, and ultimately a call to action to hopefully inspire all of you guys to be just a little bit more generous with your time and your resources as we work together to solve problems facing our community. So today, we got Matt Frosland on the show, dude. Hey, welcome to the experience.
Let me pitch this on over to you, good sir.
Dude, thank you.
A little Play It Again Sports special since you decided to donate your pitching wedge to the golf course.
Yes, thank you for hooking me up with a pitching wedge. This fills the hole that was in my bag. Very, very felt.
Yeah.
The last time I played golf. Wow, dude, shout out to Play It Again Sports.
Dude, seriously.
$15 for a pitching wedge? All right, I'll take it. Thanks, dude.
Come on.
Oh, we got another guest here too. Tank, come here.
Tank.
We gotta show off our star of the show.
Sweet baby boy.
This episode was brought to you by obviously Discover Oregon Real Estate, the brokerage that Tank and Matt and I are all a part of. And you'll notice the Head, Hearts, and Boots podcast in our background. We're in the slowly renovated podcast studio adjacent to the door office here above the plaza, downtown Corvallis. And this is where Tank is every day. In case you're wondering, who our mascot is, hanging out. I'm just gonna
Tankerton.
Just gonna bring him on. He's like, "Hey, welcome to the show, Matt. I have a question for you. I'd like to know why you decided to jump into business with this crazy crew of real estate professionals."
Seriously, what an idiot.
What do you think, Matt? How'd you get here? Let's start with the journey. I know that we've just got about 15 minutes to just kind of give the chapter one of your journey into becoming a real estate agent and ultimately being the newest member of the DOOR team, representing clients out in Central Oregon and also supporting your sphere and our client experiences here in the Valley. So could you take us back in time to pre-real estate, Matt Frosland, and kind of articulate how this journey came to be?
Man, that's a loaded question. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I was born January 25th, 1988. Is that too far back or?
No, yeah. Start from birth to now.
No, yeah.
Give us the highlight reel. So wait, where were you born?
In Eugene, Sacred Heart Hospital, baby.
There
it's
we
no
are.
longer
Local, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, dude. Tank just looks so majestic right now. I just can't concentrate.
This is how we get them to click on the video. So
that's right.
Really
Dogs. Yes. I love me a good pup. Yeah. And just got a beautiful family. My parents are still in Eugene. And my dad was a real estate appraiser for almost 40 years. My grandpa was in real estate as an agent. My cousin's an agent over in Sisters. So real estate's definitely been something that's been in our family for sure. Been a part of the lineage. But yeah, I went to Oregon State where I got to meet the man, the myth.
Was that when we met?
Timothy J. Rist.
Was it Oregon State?
Yeah, it did when you were 17. And I was, 22 as a senior. And you're like, yeah, no, I'm just finishing my communications degree at 17 years old. What is that? What's that guy's kid Dr. Wiz name? You remember that show back in the day?
You remember Layla? Oh, she doesn't know.
Darn it. That was a swing and a miss. Anyways, yeah. And then worked at Dutch Bros for a long time as a way to help kind of pay for college, but then became more than that as far as becoming a trainer there, corporate trainer. Traveled all over the place. And then I went into sales up in Portland, saw startup software sales. And then I don't know. And then what did I do after that? Well, started a side hustle with one of my buddies. We converted Volkswagen buses into photo booths.
Okay. So a little entrepreneurial guy we have here.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that was my goal with Dutch Bros too. So ownership, I think, has always been something as far as entrepreneurial, but ownership. And that's, I think, also going into real estate, right? And just not to transition without you asking me a great question, but
you're leading it, dude. I'm just here for the show.
But I guess I should take a step back because I got to shout out my dog, Jim Coolman, who I worked with here in Corvallis, running a couple of his State Farm agents' offices here. So did some insurance as well for about 3.5 years. And look at us now. So when
we went to it was formerly the Beanery, now it's Bodie Bistro. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to
Bodie.
We met there while you were still in insurance.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
And I'll vividly remember that meetup because we both had the exact same Pendleton wool shirt that we wore to that meeting. And that's when I knew, I was like, oh, we still got it.
Yeah.
We're still supposed to be friends.
Yes.
And absolutely. Maybe create something even more special than just fun friendship experiences.
Yeah.
And, maybe a few golf experiences here and there, but let's take us to that moment of you're in insurance and you're kind of looking at the future and you think, oh, maybe real estate is a part of where I want to end up. You knew it was in your blood. And I specifically want to share this version of the show for those that are kind of either brand new in the business or maybe even peripheral to real estate, but thinking about maybe I want to make that jump. What was that process like for you?
Yeah. I think there was several pieces of that for me. One was, in real estate, right? You're helping people through purchasing the largest thing that they're ever going to purchase, right? Yeah. Which is their home. I mean, not necessarily, but for most, right? Yeah. It's the biggest investment that they're going to make. It's where they're going to raise their kids. It's where they're going to retire. It's where they're, home is such a paramount piece to that. And so, and even going farther back than that, I just always have admired you and your business and the way you operate. What I've realized as you start to get into real estate as well is that, not all agents are created equal. Yeah. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus or offend anyone, but there is I can understand why sometimes people are like, I don't want to use an agent or, So I can experience and relate with that or can resonate with that. And then also, because I did a quick stop in restaurant land and I'm still, doing a little bit of that just to kind of, help as I'm building. But just that lifestyle of nights, weekends, and holidays, which real estate's a full-time, it's 24/7. But I don't know. I think partially too during that process, I found my home. Like I found the lady I want to spend my life with. And so I started to realize I'm building my home and finding my place. And so, I want to be able to help others do that and also I just want to hang out with you more.
Oh, so, shucks.
Come on.
Well,
shout out to Layla in the booth. Boom.
So, as you've discovered, coming into the real estate journey, there's a couple different paths that someone can take when they're licensed. They can go the solo route and, plug their license into a brokerage and build something from scratch with whatever the support that might exist within a standard brokerage model, or you can go the team approach, which in our case, obviously, our team model is that we want to help everyone build their own team and build their own brand and be a platform for that. But it starts with apprenticeship. It starts with really coming alongside people that are experienced, watching it. It's been one of my biggest complaints in my journey learning real estate, but also in observing it, is that it's 150 hours to get a license. Not that hard, by the way, if you're thinking about it. And yet once you graduate with your real estate license, you know about maybe 5 to 10% of what you need to know to really do a good job for the client experience. So what would you say to that person who's starting out in the business? First of all, going into the team model, the experience at door, what's that been like for you? And clarify that I'm not the bee's knees here. What makes our team really valuable and special is anything but me, I would say. I mean, we have an incredible network between Leah and Mariah on the support side and all the support staff that they lead, and also our partnership with Place.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you could just speak to that, that decision of ultimately why you could have linked arms with anybody, tons of people, why door, and get us a look into what that experience has been like for you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how anyone does it on their own. Like, I mean, in respect to those people, I think something that I'm passionate about is doing a good job for people.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest fears is letting someone down or doing something incorrectly. And so, which can cause me a little bit of paralysis sometimes, when I'm like, oh no, I'm holding on too tight. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so being a part of Door and being powered by Place, shout out.
Shout out to Place.
Yeah. Had to hit
this
the tagline.
Podcast is brought to you by a bunch of people who are aspiring owners of Place, the company that brings all things real estate into one place. And if you're curious about being a part of that IPO opportunity, or just being in business with the best in class real estate professionals across the entire country, not specific to any brokerage, by the way, because Place is not a brokerage, common misconception. It's a platform and it's a culture of the best in real estate across all real estate brands. And our aim is to create the best in class consumer experience while also creating the best in class agent career experience. And so you've got to experience us stumbling through adopting the Place playbooks into our business. What's that been like?
Which part, the stumbling through or no, it's been incredible. I mean, one, just being surrounded by the people at Door who are already just, incredible humans, but also top performing agents. And then having the support team that we do, Eva, Julia, Nessa, Leah. And so, the amount of time that you have to spend doing those roles, I don't know how anyone would learn the business, right? And so being able to go through onboarding and through launch with Place, as well as being surrounded by incredible humans at Door, real estate professionals, it gives you that fast track to be able to feel confident that you can go out and deliver a 5-star, a world-class experience for your clients. And also knowing that I'm never going to know everything. I don't know everything, but I have so many incredible humans and resources around me that I know if I don't know it, I can figure it out and I can make sure that, it's going to be flawless and perfect. Well, maybe not perfect, but it's going to be the best that I can give. And I know that that's enough.
Yeah.
So otherwise I go into conversations feeling inadequate or, all the drunk monkeys come out, know? And so to feel confident in myself because of who I'm surrounded by is just, it's the best feeling when you go into those conversations. And
I love that, man. And I've got to visualize you firsthand providing 5-star experiences. You just closed $1 million+ deal in Central Oregon. You're within your first year. You've been licensed for how long? Officially?
I don't know, beginning of March.
Yeah. So, and now you're closing $1 million+ deal in Prineville, something that's been on and off the market for half a decade, right? Complicated deal, owner carry financing, thousands of square feet, acreage property, all kinds of adventures and obstacles of that deal. You got it closed. How did that feel for you?
Well, it was a relief because I was like, oh no. We're doing something. We're changing something. Oh no. What addendum? All right, here we go. No, it felt incredible, and to see the experience, to be able to not only get that closed, but then to shadow and come alongside you as well, and seeing how you connect, how you operate, what I don't even know how to explain it. And it also too, to be able to have that support behind me as well of Eva reminding me, hey, we need to get this done by this time. And so, or Leah's like, hey, I just spoke to, your clients and they had these questions. Can you make sure that we get that handled? So to know that, I mean, obviously I want to be able to do everything all the time for everyone, but that's not realistic or sustainable. And so, it just felt great to be able to know that our team has our backs, and that we're not going to let things fall through the cracks or, make any big mistakes.
Well, new agent mentoring is probably one of the biggest holes I've seen in our industry over the last 13 years. It's a lot to learn, and you can't learn it in a book. A lot of you got to learn by doing. In other trades, they have apprenticeships. You can't be an electrician until you've spent a certain amount of time working under a journeyman. Same thing with plumbing. For high stakes deals, apprenticeship is kind of a societal requirement. It's unfortunate that real estate doesn't have, I think, an adequate enough version of that. Yet we've worked really hard to try to create that within our own standards and ourselves. So you've got a coach with Mariah who's mentoring our new agents as they come into the business right now. What's that experience like? And what would you share to a new agent who is thinking about joining our team, but is wondering what that coaching experience will look like?
I mean, it's I think between you and Mariah and the rest of the team, it's a perfect balance too, and a perfect blend of you get the energy and charisma and just the beautiful human that you are as well. So articulate.
Dude. You already bought me a pitching wedge. You don't
putting
have
that communications degree to good use.
Don't believe it. He's just trying to get another lead today, I think.
Send him over.
Yeah. What about Mariah specifically, though?
Yeah, and I was getting to that. I'm sorry, but I just had to highlight that too.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
I don't want to leave that out. But Mariah is just, she's a breath of fresh air, but she also, I think her ability she's empathetic, and but also so talented and has created such great habits. I mean, she, just like you, but also bootstrapped her career. Has been doing this 11, 12 years. And so, to be able to work with someone like that and to come alongside someone like that, I feel like it's a huge blessing and gift that I maybe necessarily didn't earn, but I'm willing to take it, you know? And then just the way that, and she wants to she truly genuinely cares too. And not just about me, which is great. I appreciate her caring about me, but the genuine care for her clients, for her teammates, for, it starts with that care and compassion, and just the way too of how she models integrating your business and your life together in a way that feels much more sustainable, realistic, that is true to yourself without having to go into, fake salesy guy, I just want to be me and my true authentic self, and also be the best real estate professional and connector I can be.
Oh, good. We're going to be giving you the 2-minute warning. So that'll be a good segue into part 2, which we probably should just get Mariah here to hear her side of the street on what's it been like, on the mentee mentor relationship. But I mean, Matt, truly, I just want to say this, some of the things that I've observed, and I'm happy to go on blast so that I can brag to all of your friends and family and fans that are watching from afar. You are truly one of the most caring people that I've had a chance to be in business with. And I think it's part of what makes you a great match for our organization and our team. And I think it's what makes anyone who has a chance to experience your fingerprint on their real estate journey lucky to have you. And so I just want to say thanks for being on that journey with us. Maybe for a future episode, you could bring us into the nuts and bolts of the agent launch experience and all the things that we do within the process. But I'd love to end with just a word or two of advice that you would want to share with that new agent who's dealing with all the things, the imposter syndrome, the fear of failure, or anything that's commensurate with that journey. What advice would you share with those folks that are in that career transition phase?
Yeah, I think I go back to one of my favorite quotes too, is the speech about the man in the arena, right? You just got to get it. Screw it, let's do it. And there's been so many times where And then 2, find a mentor, find a coach, hitch your wagon to somebody, don't reinvent the wheel, go find somebody to, and also 3, add more value, come from a place of care and contribution, and always be thinking in your mind, how can I add more value to this human, whether they're a client or not, come from that go-giver mentality. And number 4 too is I found a lot of days, it's a very humbling starting experience, and you get people that are super pissed that you called, and some people that are they want to, they're so happy you called, right? But the things I found that I bottled it up a lot, or tried to carry it on my own. Which it goes back to that finding a team, finding a mentor. But and so use your network and your family, your people, and make sure that you're sharing what you're going through, and don't try to carry it all on your own too, because it spirals. I mean, it just those things come out, and insecurities and fear and doubt, and it can be crippling. And so, but once you start to communicate those things, instead of you give them a name, you give them who they are, they don't get a seat at the table though, right? Fear doesn't belong at our table, or doubt or insecurities. And so that's what I would say, is make sure you're sharing what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, what you're going through.
Keeping it real.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Gosh, I feel like we were just getting started. Love that. So we're going to have to do a part 2 and maybe a part 3, just to
part 2.
Because we want to be on the journey with you. And I think everyone else deserves to hear you and your arena journey, and how you've been doing a phenomenal job, pushing through those fears and those adversities and those uncomfortable days to show up and provide value to folks. Anything else you would share to those prospective clients sitting out there in Central Oregon, looking to call our Bend agent here, Matt, about their next buying, selling, or investing goal? Anything you want to share with them?
Well, no matter what, just know that I love you. Number 1, I'm grateful. And if you do have any questions though, I always want to be able to make sure that again, adding value, and would love to have a conversation if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, or just want to talk about the market, or just want to talk about your dog. I love dogs. And or you need a new best friend. I can do that too.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Matt is taking people. He's taking people and animals in. I really appreciate you, man. Thanks for diving in on an impromptu test. You guys, this has been a little snapshot into what we're calling the Find Your Place podcast experience, where we are solving placelessness one conversation at a time. Again, this is a experience that's going to be brought to you by, he's out, dude. He's fully out. You're gonna close us out? Go hang out with Maddie. This experience is going to be brought to you. Our goal is a weekly basis where we're going live by myself or another member of the DOOR team. This is hosted by Discover Oregon Real Estate and DOOR Developments. Again, our mission is to facilitate the discovery of community, legacy, and adventure through real estate everywhere. And our aim is that we bring all things real estate into one place as we solve placelessness, one conversation at a time, one transaction at a time, one donation at a time. So thank you guys very much for being on that journey. I got a shout out to our sponsors here. Obviously, Play It Again Sports did provide the putter for today. Thank you for that. The pitching wedge, sorry. And then we are in the Head, Hearts, and Boots podcast studio. So we got to give a shout out to our friends, Brandon and Chris. They've done an incredible job bringing some really cool, candid conversations to the disaster restoration industry. So if you haven't followed this podcast that's featured in the logo behind us, definitely want to give that one a follow. I think I put the comments in I think I put a page in the comments. And if you guys are interested in sponsoring future episodes, we're going to be, like I said, going live. Our goal is on a weekly basis, and we'd love to get more local sponsors for our guests and their pups to join us live on Tuesdays and Fridays as we get great content coming your way. Thank you guys again for joining us.
Thank you.
That's a wrap. So then we click end live, and then that should work.